For all your t-shirt needs, check out TeePublic's Killer Selection. Follow the link in the description. Hey, what's up, people? Pizzal here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the new Arrow Video Blu-ray release for 1973's Torso. Now, this is partially going to be a review of the movie as well as a review of this Blu-ray release. And Torso is a really interesting film. For about the first hour of Torso, it is a giallo slasher movie hybrid with some really sleazy softcore moments in it. You have this killer offing a group of college girls, usually after they've engaged in an act of lovemaking with their partner or they visited a random orgy. There's a couple of just random orgies that pop up during this movie. I don't know what college this was set at, but that was not my college experience at all, unfortunately. And for that hour, you have everything that you could possibly want out of a giallo slasher hybrid with some really sleazy softcore moments. You've got plenty of TNA, you've got plenty of blood, you've got lots of bodies hitting the floor. Then Torso shifts in its final 20 minutes into a really well-crafted, taut suspense thriller. There were moments watching the last 20 minutes of Torso where I was going, wow, 10 minutes ago I was watching an orgy. Now I'm watching this really well-made suspense thriller. What is going on? This movie is like a buffet. Whatever you're looking for in a film. Do you want slasher giallo elements? Torso's right up your alley. Do you want softcore sleazy moments? Torso's right up your alley. Do you want a taut suspense thriller? It's all in Torso. It's right here. It's all in Torso. And Torso does something really, really interesting. And I don't think this is a spoiler. Just before the film shifts into the suspense thriller final 20 minutes, the movie does something really unique and something really daring, I think, for a film of this kind, which giallo movies and slasher movies, they're all about the kills. And they're all about the final girl and setting up the final girl. And Torso sets up a final girl quite well. And her group of friends. And in the blink of an eye, your final girl is not your final girl anymore. And that duty is shifted, and we have some murders that happen completely off screen. And again, for a movie like this, a giallo movie or a slasher movie, to do that was really daring, I thought. Then the film shifts to another character who is inside this house with the killer, but the killer does not know that she is inside the house while the killer is disposing of her friends' bodies with a big saw like the one you see over my shoulder. And the cat and mouse game ensues. And that final 20 minutes, as I said, is really, really well done. This is just an interesting film. I can remember seeing Torso many, many years ago. It was recommended to me. I was in a giallo phase, and this was certainly one of the most... It started out very much like a lot of the other giallo movies that I had been watching at the time. A lot of the Argento, Fulci kind of giallo flicks. Albeit with those softcore elements and very, very sleazy. But then for it to make that shift into suspense thriller, and a really well-made suspense thriller again, was really, I was dizzy, but I was dizzy with delight. I highly recommend Torso. If you're a fan of giallo slasher hybrids, again, Torso's right up your alley. Want something super sleazy, something semi-softcore? Torso's right up your alley. Want a taut suspense thriller? Torso is right up your alley. If you've not seen Torso, I recommend it. This Blu-ray from Arrow Video would be a great way to introduce yourself to the film. If you are a fan of Torso, definitely look into picking up this Blu-ray from Arrow and adding it to your collection. The Blu-ray sports a brand new 2K restoration of the film from the original camera negative. The movie looks fantastic. The movie sounds fantastic. Another thing that's interesting about this film is that it doesn't have your typical giallo slasher kind of music in it. It's got a really nice soundtrack, I have to say. But the movie sounds great. The movie looks great. As far as the picture quality and sound quality are concerned, I'd give them both solid 4s out of 5s. As far as the presentation is concerned, I love the artwork here on the cover of the woman being strangled. That sounded really weird. I love the artwork of the woman being strangled, but great, beautiful artwork there. Some brand new artwork for the film. The presentation is really nice. I love the white or the clear Blu-ray cases. Inside, the sleeve is reversible to the original poster art for the film. It's in Italian, but I believe it says something about the body, no traces of carnal violence on the body, or something to that effect, which is one of the original titles of the film. This, like many Italian horror films, has about 25 different aliases, but very nice artwork on both sides of the release. We also get a really cool booklet for the film. Check that out there. That is an awesome image right there. Really nice booklet for the film with a write-up about Torso from Adrian Smith. The book comes with some really nice full color images. There's the group of gals right there. Here is the killer taking care of one of the ladies in the film. We also have a write-up about the music of Torso by Howard Hughes. And here is the back of the booklet. Very nice booklet included here with the release of Torso. And we get a lot of extras for this release as well. And they include, first up, you can choose from 4 different versions of Torso to watch on this release. You have the original Italian version, the hybrid English-Italian version, the English version with carnal violence titles, and the English version with Torso titles. We get All Colors of Terror. It's 34 minutes and 2 seconds in length. It's a new interview with co-writer director Sergio Martino. Mr. Martino discusses writing the screenplay for what would eventually become Torso, the shooting locations, the film's success at the box office, its legacy and cult status. Martino says that he is invited all over Europe and the US to come and discuss the film. He goes into detail discussing the third act of the film's many titles, how Italy had been very prudish, he says, in the 1960s, but the culture and the censors had loosened in the 70s, allowing a film like Torso to be released. Very nice interview with Mr. Martino. Next up, we have The Discreet Charm of the Game, a new interview with actor Luke Marinda. It is 34 minutes and 53 seconds in length. Mr. Marinda discusses his most popular performances, the differences between Italian and French fans working with Sergio Martino, and he also discusses performing fight scenes and action scenes and much more. Very nice interview with Mr. Marindo. Next up, we have Dial S for Suspense, a new interview with co-writer Ernesto Gastaldi. It's 29 minutes and 16 seconds in length. Mr. Gastaldi discusses his early years as a screenwriter. He discusses the film Libido, which he co-directed, and its success. He discusses the popularity of giallo films at the time and some of the giallos he worked on, including Torso. Very nice interview with Mr. Gastaldi. Next up, we have Women in Blood. It's 24 minutes and 59 seconds in length. It's a new interview with Frederica Martino, filmmaker and daughter of Sergio Martino. Ms. Martino discusses being struck by the style of Torso when she first saw the film. She discusses that Torso had the biggest impact on her of all of her father's films. However, it's not her favorite of her father's films. She says that she loves Torso because it's a slasher film, but not from beginning to end. Very nice interview with Ms. Martino. Next up, we have Saturating the Screen. It's a new interview with J Colvin, author of, I'm not sure if it's Colvin or Coven. I know I'm sounding like the dude from an American movie. It's Koven. I'm not sure if it's Coven. Colvin. I apologize, Mr. Colvin. We'll just say Colvin from here on out. Michael J. Colvin, author of La Dolce Morta, Vernacular Cinema, and the Italian Giallo film. Mr. Colvin discusses first discovering Giallo films while researching the American and Canadian slasher boom of the early 80s. He discusses how Torso built a bridge between the Italian Giallo and the U.S. and Canadian slasher films. He points out the similarities between Torso and slasher films, particularly the final girl archetype. Very, very nice interview with Mr. Colvin. Next up, we have Sergio Martino live. It's 47 minutes in length. It's a Q&A with Sergio Martino recorded at the Arbiter International Film Festival in 2017. We get the Italian theatrical trailer, the English theatrical trailer, and we get an audio commentary with Kat Ellinger, author of All Colors of Sergio Martino. I did not get a chance to listen to the commentary with Ms. Ellinger for the release. This is a very nice Blu-ray release from the fine folks over at Arrow Video for Torso. Again, I recommend this movie. It is a buffet of slasher, giallo, softcore sleaze, and tight suspense thriller. It's got everything you could possibly want in a movie. It's got everything that you could possibly want in a movie, period. It's all right here in Torso. If you've not seen the film, this Blu-ray would be a great way to introduce yourself to Torso. If you're a fan of Torso, definitely look into picking up this Blu-ray and adding it to your collection. You got some brand new, really nice extras on here. Great picture quality, sound quality. The presentation is great. You got a nice booklet inside. It's a really nice release. I'll put a link to Arrow Video's website down in the description. Go over and check them out. If you've seen Torso, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. They're also right around here. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. Join the $1 a month club and help support my channel on Patreon. Thank you to my current patrons: Kevin Smythe, Orc145626, B-Movie Mike, Robert Sobel, Turi Delamore, Stephen Flanagan, Lori Holt, Mitch Odell, Farron Sutton, Craig Farrand, Jeremiah Lambert, Grindhouse Grotto, Joseph Charlesworth, Chris Earls, Derek Jana, Demon Waffles, Tim Williams, Stone Gassman, Zachary Barton, Mr. Bibby 86, James Welch, Eli Geisler, Jeff Overing, Cliff Hostetter, Kyle McGuire, Jay the Stingray, Lauren Dixon, and Travis Davis. Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.